Welcome to an IPC Certification Portal online user's guide video. To access the IPC Certification Portal, type in the address certification.ipc.org. From the main public page, you have the option of logging in to the certification portal or validating an existing certificate by clicking on Certificate Validation. You can validate a certificate by searching using the person's last name, whether you're searching for a CIT or CIS certificate, the course of study, and the certificate number. The search will return any certificates found matching the input information. To return to the home page, click the Home tab. Click on Login in the upper right corner of the page to log in to the certification portal. Enter your email and password to access the portal. If you do not know your password, follow the link under the Login button and you will be able to retrieve your password. Your home screen within the portal may have fewer options on your view depending on the access you have been granted. The option for certificate validation is the same as the process we covered earlier in this video. Clicking the My Certification Summary link will take you to a list of all of the IPC certifications you have on record with IPC. To create or submit a training class, click on View/Edit Classes. On the class list, you will see any classes you have pending, already scheduled, or completed. To set up a new class, click Enter New Class. On the next screen, select whether this is a CIS or CIT course. If you are not a master instructor, you will only see the option for a CIS class. Next, select the course name. In the next pull-down text box, select the language in which the exam should be presented to the students. All the students in class will take the exam in the selected language. If you have a class with more than one language needed, you will need to create a class for each language. If you do create more than one class and those classes will be conducted on the same days, it's a good practice to modify the end date for each class. When the class is opened for exams, the differing end dates will be an indication to the CIT which class is being selected when it's time to present the exams. Once the course name has been entered, a list of all modules will appear. Notice that the required modules are selected. The additional knowledge modules can be selected as needed for the class that will be conducted. Check the box at the top of the list to select all or deselect all of the modules. Next, enter the start and end dates of the courses being taught. IPC recommends that the end date of the class is no more than 2 months from the start date of the class. The extended period is to allow for scheduling of the class to wrap around the work schedule of the personnel in the class. If you do not have access to the internet in your area of the world, or you are presenting the class at a secured facility, you may be using the online print option for the exam. With the online print courses, the start date is the first date the instructor will be able to download and print the PDF files for each student. Next, indicate whether this is an initial exam or a retest. An initial attempt is one in which the student is making his or her first attempt or the first included retest for a particular module. An initial attempt can be for certification or recertification of a certificate. A retest is one in which a student has attempted the exam once and failed, then attempted a second included attempt and failed, and is now attempting another retest. Retest does not mean that the class is a recertification class, only that the attempt to complete the written exam is a retest attempt for this student. Select the invoice with which the class will be paid. Funds must be selected from the oldest invoice first. This requirement is to help companies avoid losing money from older, unused invoices. Invoiced funds are available for 1 year from the date of credit. In the comment box, you can enter any pertinent information you wish to have recorded about this training, such as student feedback or other comments about the training. Finally, when all information has been entered, select Add to complete the class setup process. The next screen will show a summary of the information you just entered. At the bottom of the page, select Enroll Students to add attendees to this class. There are different ways to enter a student to the class roster. You can search for a student by last name, by using a previous certificate earned, or by entering the student's registered email address. When you click Search, a list of names matching your search criteria will be displayed. If the student is on the list, simply select the student's name to add him or her to the roster. If the student is not in the IPC database, you can add the student by using Add New User. Be sure to include the student's email address. This email address will be used when the student takes an online exam for any IPC course. Also, when setting up a new user, make sure to select the student's company from the pull-down list. Without the company selection, the student's achievement will not be credited to that company's record. Back on the main class data page, when you click on the student's name, you will be taken to the course entry for the individual student. On this page, you can see the results of the exams for the individual student. Here is where you will see the pull-down menu to indicate whether the student has passed or failed any required hands-on modules. The student information page is also where you can enter the results of any online print exams. When all of the mandatory modules have been successfully completed, a certificate number will be generated for the student. You can now download, print, and sign before issuing the certificate to the student. After the results of all the exams and workmanship products have been entered for all students in the class, click on Submit to IPC. Remember that the class data must be submitted within 1 week of completion of the training. If you have more questions, please use the Online Certification Help Desk to submit your certification-related questions. The Certification Help Desk is linked from the Online Certification Portal homepage. This is the end of this user guide video.